Hey, Philosophy and Beam here. Today I'm going to share a trick that I've been using for years, and this little trick is going to allow you to overcome some of the graphics issues that you have in your floor plan. Alright, let's go. Okay, so in this example here, I have some TV. This is a TV family that I have. It is kind of using it as a wall-mounted TV. All right, so let's look at the first one here. So I have this is one that I kind of downloaded from somewhere, but I make some changes where there is a parameter called mounting height. So the way that works is it is an instant parameter. You can change the mounting height and to whatever you need. So for example, like if this is a wall mounted TV, I might have to use it for like a conference room situation where the TV needs to be mounted pretty high off the finished floor, not like a home TV application. So let's take a look at the floor plan first. All right, so if we go to level 1 here, so the way that you see right now is they do show up in plan view, which is kind of normal. Again, if you are coming up with a floor plan, you do want to see the location of where the TV is located. So again, that's why they showed up here. So, but now let's take a look at, again, in the elevation here. So right, like I said, they are kind of at a pretty low location right now. So say if I have a TV in the conference room situation, I need the TV to be higher for design purposes. So say now if I want to raise it up, so what I want to do is I want to change the mounting height to say something like I need it to be pretty tall. So I'll just like mount it at 4 feet 6, just like that. All right, so I'll do that here. So let's go back to look at the floor plan there. And then this TV doesn't show up anymore. Well, the reason being that is when my TV, again, go back to the self-evaluation, when my TV is actually located around outside the 4 feet, because you have that view range associated with your floor plan, right? So let's go back to the plan view again. Under the view range here, view range, again, typically we have these 4 feet offset for your cut plane. So meaning that anything that is outside the 4 feet rear range, they're not going to show up in your plan view. So that's pretty normal, right? So especially for a situation like this, again, my TV needs to be mounted taller than 4 feet. So therefore, when that mounting height is exceeding 4 feet, they don't show up anymore. So one way to kind of fix it is you can simply go to the View tab and apply this thing called Plan Region. So the way that Plan Region works is simply that I can just basically draw a little box like that, hit Finish, and you can adjust the view range to have the independent view range associated with that for your floor plan. So for example, if my TV is 4 feet 6, I can change my cut plane of the view range to 5, and therefore my TV shows up again in plan view, right? So what happens is if I have a lot of equipment or TV that associate with my floor plan that needs to be mounted at a taller than 4 feet in height. Again, so applying view range or applying that plan region is probably not going to be a good solution. I mean, although it might work for some unique situation from time to time. So let's go and take out that here. So I'm going to take out that plan region. So there is a trick around it basically. So let's go back and take a look at the 3D view here. So first thing first is let's take a look at the TV family in the family setting. I'm going to edit the family here. Again, you can see that this is a TV that's kind of floating in space. So if I go to the front elevation, you'll see that right now my TV is actually elevated here. I have a mounting height of 48 inches, which is 4 feet. So the way to do that is all you need to do is to apply this little trick. So under the Create tab here, you can use this thing called Model Line. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pick line here. It doesn't matter what model line it is. I'm going to go ahead and just use this one as it is. I'm going to pick line here and lock to it. What I want to do is I also wanted to make, oops, I have one more made here. So let me go ahead and do that. I just want to have one model line. So let's make sure that that's the case. Yep, I only have one model line there put in place. So now I want to make sure that this model line is associated with my reference level. So I usually just put it back like this. And let's zoom in here. And I can use the align command and simply align the reference level to this endpoint of the model line, snap and lock. Basically same thing. I will select this endpoint here. I don't need this model line to be all the way up. I only need to be at the bottom of the TV. So what I need to do is use align again, select this reference plane, the endpoint, and then put the little lock there. That's really it. So now let's go back to the 3D view here. You'll see the model line is now there, kind of floating in space. And let's go and take a look at that by loading it back to the project. All right, so now I'm loading the changes there. Let's go take a look at the floor plan. You'll see that now this TV shows up. Again, you can see that the mounting height is still at 4 feet 6, right? So let's take a look at the self elevation. Now you see that because of the model line here, even though my TV is about the 4 feet view range, because of my model line is intercepting that 4 feet view range here. So therefore my TV shows up in the plan view. So basically that's the idea. As long as you have any geometry, including a model line that is within the 4 feet view range, your geometry like this one will show up in plan view. Then the question is, well, now I don't want to see this model line here because it is visible. When it prints your drawings, your model line will be there and you don't want that, right? So the easy fix is that let's go back to the family itself. So all you need to do is to basically select this model line, and under the line type here, you can change your model line to a invisible line, just like that. So now this is invisible line here. So let's go take a look at that by loading the changes back. Accept the changes. So you'll see that when I have my mouse on on the family, you're gonna see that line. But when I move away that family, the line is not gonna show up because it is an invisible line. So now if I go back to your floor plan here, the TV does show up, right? Because again, it's the same concept. The invisible model line is still there in place, and then it is intercepting that 4 feet view range. So what that means is now if I change my mounting height, say if I have the TV way up high on the wall, I could just put it on 8 feet here. As long as, again, my invisible model line is in place, you can see that my model line is still intercepting the 4 feet view range. And because I have the model line also being parametric, so that again my TV is going to show up even at the higher elevation. Okay, just like that. And again, you don't see that model line anymore. Only when you have your mouse over the family, you're gonna see that model line there. But other than that, you don't see that. So that's a pretty nifty trick. Again, I've been using this trick for over the years. You can use this on a lot of applications. I use it a lot of times for TV or for like a mirror, like a wall-mounted mirror. Again, you're gonna need that because when your mirror is actually mounted at 4 feet or taller above the finished floor, your mirror is not gonna show up in plan view. So in which case, again, you kind of want to see the mirror in plan, for your design. And like I said, there are other applications you can use it for things. It doesn't necessarily have to be wall-mounted family or equipment or anything like that. It could be anything that needs to show up in plan view. But then again, their associated height sometimes is exceeding that 4 feet rear range. Okay, so that's basically it. That's the trick for today. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you haven't subscribed my channel, I would very much like you to subscribe my channel, and I will have more tips and tricks of the Revit families in my channel in the future. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you like this one here, and stay tuned for my future videos. Alright, thank you. See you next time.